Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And it's that time again for yet another top 25 Xbox Game Pass video. I do typically do one of these videos about every 6 months or so because there's just so many games coming in and out of Xbox Game Pass. It really is just so hard to keep up with a service like this, especially considering there's a lot of good games in here. So where do you start? And that's what this list is for. Now, something that I do in these videos is that I do not include Halo, Gears, and Forza, and it's not because I don't like these games. In fact, if I were to include these, they would all be in the top 5. It's just pretty much every Xbox fan knows about Halo, Gears, and Forza and how good these games are. So I do like to use those spots to give some recognition and help you discover some other games as well. With all that in mind, of course, all of this is only my opinion, and if I do miss any of your favorite games, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and also do keep an eye out for my Xbox Game Pass Hidden Gem video for some smaller games as well. Other than that though, let's just go and jump right into the video. And to start this list off, I have Back 4 Blood, which is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead made from the same studio, Turtle Rock Studios. So you will probably notice some similarities between the two. You once again kill hordes and hordes of undead with plenty of variants to keep things interesting. And this game, first and foremost, is a cooperative-driven game. You can play this game solo, but it is recommended to play it with a team, and communication and teamwork is absolutely important in this game, especially on higher difficulties, which is actually surprisingly challenging. Also, while this game is made by the same studio that made Left 4 Dead, there are some differences here, including a card-based system to augment your stats before each game, so don't go in expecting the exact same experience here. Okay, so this next one here really took me by surprise, being The Forgotten City. Now, this game is a little bit different than some other games on this list because there's not really much in the way of combat or anything like that, but rather it focuses on its narrative with dialogue choices as you kind of play a detective in a cursed Roman city. In this game, you actually travel about 2,000 years into the past to the final days of a cursed Roman city where if one person sins, everyone dies. This leads to a gripping mystery in an atmospheric world, and truly this is one of the most unique games that I have played in a very long time. I would kind of recommend going into this one as blind as possible, but just like me, don't be surprised if you're blown away by the plot of this game. And here I have a couple of beat-em-up style games, being Streets of Rage 4 and then Battletoads. Both of these games are coming from legendary franchises, and even all of these years later, they still play absolutely fantastic. Now, Streets of Rage 4 is probably the better brawler of the two, as this is really the main focus of this game. You can play as several different characters, all of which have their own unique abilities. The level design is absolutely fantastic, and there's a lot of combo combinations that you can play around with. Now, Battletoads is more of a multi-genre style of game with some platforming. Of course, you got the beat-em-up style sections, and then you also have the infamous turbo tunnels that everybody used to love to hate back in the day. And while they did bring that back, and of course it's just as challenging as ever, but this time with a twist. It also has a surprisingly good story that kind of plays out like an old cartoon. Unfortunately though, Battletoads only has local co-op, whereas Streets of Rage 4 has online and local co-op. One genre that Xbox has really improved with here in recent years is JRPGs, and Octopath Traveler really shows that. This is a game that is heavily inspired by old Final Fantasy games such as Final Fantasy VI. It, however, has more of this modern HD look, and it looks absolutely gorgeous in motion. The combat's also a lot of fun, where you exploit enemy weaknesses, and the hook of this game is that you actually have 8 different protagonists, all of which have their own unique stories. Now, this is a good and bad thing, and the reason I say that is because some of the stories in this game are really interesting, where others, not really so much. I actually wish that they were a little bit more interconnected, but nonetheless, if you do like those 90s classic JRPGs, you're probably really going to like Octopath Traveler. For that matter, I would also highly recommend checking out the old Final Fantasy games, which many are on Xbox Game Pass, including Final Fantasy X, X-2, 12, 13, and 13-2. So definitely check those out as well. Flight Simulator is one of the first Xbox Series console exclusives, and if you're looking for a game to show off the power of this console, then look no further than Flight Simulator. This game looks absolutely stunning and debatably is the best looking game out right now visually, but it's also a really good simulation experience. Because this game feels so realistic, it is just an incredible experience, and you almost forget at times that this is a game. They do just such an incredible job with not only the world, but in how each airplane in this game controls, and you do have various different airplanes which will all of course handle differently, and then they're just constantly adding more and more locations in this game as time goes on. This game, because it is so good, it looks so good, and it feels so good, this game will last years and years as they just continue to add more and more content in. If anything else, this is just one of the most incredible experiences in video games right now. On paper, Kingdom Hearts seems like a strange franchise. It's Square Enix characters combined with Disney characters and universes. But there's a reason that these games are so beloved. It works surprisingly very well, and honestly, the best way I could probably explain this franchise is that it's just an overall magical experience. Now, the story in Kingdom Hearts is absolutely convoluted, but they're always entertaining, and most certainly with Kingdom Hearts 3. They really ramped up the production values with Kingdom Hearts 3, and this game visually looks really good. It also has flashy and fun action-based combat. The universe is absolutely magical, and truthfully, I would recommend everybody at least try this franchise once. Just kind of keep in mind that every single game in this franchise is important to the overarching story. Sea of Thieves is one of those games that just continues to get better and better as time goes on. This is a game, when it first launched, it was heavily criticized for its lack of content, but now that's a thing of the past as they have continued to update this game more and more throughout the years, and it really shows why it is such a unique and thrilling experience. Sea of Thieves really plays like nothing else in the market, especially when it comes to those naval battles that can be an absolute rush. Of course, now there's plenty of other things to do, including hunt down treasure. You can go out fish, you can have pets, there's raid style of battles, you can do some PvP, there's a story mode in this game, and they even managed to add a Pirates of the Caribbean expansion. Yeah, this game has drastically improved to the point that it's one of the most unique and fun experiences that you can play on the market. Next up here, I have Scarlet Nexus, which is this really interesting anime-style action RPG. This is actually one of the better action-based games in the market, with a mix of telekinetic powers as you throw things from afar, and then you can get close and personal with that hack-and-slash style of combat. Everything just feels so smooth and powerful in this game, and it also does have a lot of content as well. You do have 2 separate campaigns, each with its own unique character to play as, and I would just say that Scarlet Nexus does everything really well. It's got fun combat, interesting story and characters, and there's even a social aspect to this game where you can bond with the different characters in the universe. This next one here might be a little bit of a surprise for some people, but Bug Fables really had an impact on me. For a long time, fans have been asking Nintendo to make a sequel to the classic Paper Mario experience, and for whatever reason, they just keep experimenting with that franchise, but thankfully, we now have Bug Fables, which takes that original formula, and they just absolutely run with it. I mean, sure, this game wears its heart on its sleeves. It has a similar art style, the turn-based combat feels familiar with that interactive element to it where you have to hit different button inputs at specific times, and it even has a badge and medal system to where you can alter your character's stats. But even though this game feels familiar, Bug Fables does everything so masterfully. Even the story I found to be interesting in this game, and if you are looking for a challenge, you can ramp up the difficulty as well, and it does offer a good challenge for fans of turn-based RPGs. Now, if you're looking for a good single-player driven experience, I have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is an interesting one because this is coming from the Star Wars IP, but you don't necessarily have to like Star Wars to enjoy this game. Quite simply put, this is just a good game, period. It has a good story, it's got rewarding combat that feels kind of like Dark Souls, and then you have that movement system that kind of works like Titanfall, which does make sense considering this is coming from the same developer. When you combine all of these different aspects, though, it just makes for a really good game, and for that matter, because Respawn Entertainment is so highly talented, I'm going to go ahead and recommend Titanfall 2 as well, which is also an Xbox Game Pass. That is one of the better first-person shooters in the market, with a great movement system and a surprisingly really good single-player campaign.
fire.
Goodbye and the spam calls. Hello to a phone plan with built-in spam blocking. See you later, networks that are unsafe. Hello, built-in VPN. Now the networks I join are private. So long, hackers and trackers finding my personal information. Hello to a phone plan that keeps me safe and secure. Goodbye, everything you can. Hello, Google Fi, a phone plan that can.
Dragon Quest has finally made its way over to Xbox, and not with just one game, but with two different games, being Dragon Quest XI and then Dragon Quest Builders 2. Both of these are quite a bit different and will attract different players, but because they're both so good, I decided I needed to talk about both. It's kind of the point with this list anyways. I try to compile as many games into this list as possible because I just really want to expose you all to as many games as possible. With Dragon Quest XI, though, this is more of your classic JRPG that feels like it came straight from the 1990s. You set out on a grand adventure, you meet a colorful cast of characters, you have that turn-based combat, and really, there's a reason that fans consider the 90s the golden era of JRPGs. There's just a ton of timeless classics coming from that era, and I think Dragon Quest XI fits right in. Now, when it comes to Dragon Quest Builders 2, this game is actually more similar to Minecraft, but this is also a legitimate JRPG. It does have a focused story, and unlike Minecraft, they actually give you a lot of different tasks. You're not just simply doing your own thing and kind of creating your own fun. There is goals in this game, and I actually do prefer this. This game may not be as widely recognized, and the combat isn't necessarily complex or anything, but this game is charming, and whether you like JRPGs or just building things, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is quite a good game. I've been playing Xbox games since the original Xbox, and Killer Instinct apparently is one of my most played games ever in Xbox history, and that is for a very good reason. This game, in my opinion, is one of the best fighting games to ever exist. It actually is my personal favorite, and this is really for a lot of different reasons. Most importantly, it's just the overall mechanics of the game. See, unlike other games, you're not just simply focused on getting the longest combo ever, but rather there's a big mind game in the middle of combos. In Killer Instinct, you have an opener, a linker, and an ender. Now, your ender is going to be where you max out your damage, but the thing about this game is that your opponent can also do a combo breaker. This is where they try to predict if you are using a heavy, medium, or light attack, and if they get it right, they will break the combo. Now, you can also play mind game with them and do a counter combo breaker. This is a really interesting and unique mechanic that really adds just an extra layer to a fighting game like this. It is quite an incredible sensation, and then it also has one of the most amazing cast of characters that I have seen in a fighting game. There's a wide variety of characters here. You can play as a robot dinosaur, a killer toad, you can play as Arbiter from Halo, and each individual character plays so vastly different. Truly, if you like fighting games at all, you absolutely need to check out Killer Instinct. Xbox is quickly becoming a powerhouse for Western RPGs, and I think you can really see that with games like Fallout 4 and then The Outer Worlds, both of which are now officially owned by Microsoft. Microsoft, of course, did acquire Obsidian Entertainment and Bethesda, two of the best Western RPG developers. Now, Fallout 4 is going to be the more widely recognized game here. This is a Western first-person shooter RPG where you play in an apocalyptic wasteland as a nuclear bomb devastates Boston. You wake up in a vault sometime after the nuclear bomb hits, and then you have to set out to find your family. Everything that ensues from this point forward is all your choice. You have a vast open world to explore, you have plenty of choice with dialogue options, and you can build the character that you want to build. They give you the freedom to choose, all of which feels satisfying. But then you also have The Outer Worlds, which was actually created from the same developers that worked on Fallout New Vegas. Instead of being located in an apocalyptic wasteland, though, this is actually more of a sci-fi adventure where you travel planet to planet. You have memorable companions that will come along with you, satisfying first-person shooting combat, and whether you want to be a hero that saves the universe or a bumbling idiot that just fumbles and bumbles your way through, the choice, again, is completely yours to make. Hellblade is a game that really took me by surprise. When you first look at this game, you might think it's a big AAA experience, but actually this game was made by a small team of about 15 developers over at Ninja Theory. I mean, again, when you look at this game, the visuals look really good, and the animations are some of the best in the entire industry. They did a phenomenal job with this game, and I have to really credit not just the writing and storytelling, but also the actress Melina Jorgens. I think she really sells the experience of Senua in Hellblade. See, this game does touch upon some mental illnesses, and as you hear all of these voices come through your mind, it's really a surreal experience. Brilliant in how it works because it gives you a lot of freedom in how you want to play the game. It's got this open-ended design and it really meshes well with the overall enemies and storytelling of this game. Yes, the story itself is interesting, but I think it's the enemies that really stands out to me in this game, especially the Mimic. The Mimic does exactly what it says, where it mimics different pieces in the environment, which always keeps you on your toes. This adds an unexpected aspect to Prey. This is also a stunning game visually, and if you do like sci-fi, do not ignore Prey. Good competitive multiplayer games will bring you back time in and time again, having you sink hours upon hours. And Rainbow Six Siege is one of those games. Not only do I think this is one of the better competitive multiplayer games that you can play in Xbox Game Pass, but quite frankly, I think it's one of the best competitive shooters out right now, period. This is a competitive shooter on a market that is unlike any other. This is a slow-paced game where you play as different operators with their own unique abilities, and you have to take advantage of not only teamwork, but also the different gadgets that you have at your disposal. Like I said though, this is a slower-paced, tactical-based game. You're going to have to outsmart the other team by using communication, the excellent and intense sound in this game, and then also the destructive environments that adds a nice little surprise element. Xbox fans know Remedy Entertainment well, as they've made some great exclusives over the years, such as Quantum Break and Alan Wake, but I think Control might be their best work yet. Control is kind of this AAA cinematic Metroidvania style of game. You have various abilities in this game that makes you feel like a superhero as you fly around, build shields out of rubble, you can throw enemies at other enemies, you can manipulate them, and you just feel so powerful, and the combat feels incredibly fluid. It gets the fun factor right, but also I really have to praise the environment in this game. They really made the environment feel quite alive in this game, and I mean that quite literally, as the building around you morphs. So after years of being exclusive to PlayStation, Sega decided to bring over Yakuza to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. And no, we're not just talking about one game here. We're talking about Yakuza 0, 1 through 6, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, all of which I would highly recommend to play, especially if you like single-player story-driven experiences. Yes, I do understand that these games might look a little bit goofy on the surface, and to be honest, there are moments in these games that, quite frankly, are. But I'm telling you, if you like story-driven experiences, you need to do yourself a favor and check these games out, because they have incredible stories that are gripping and always has you on the edge of your seat. They are filled with twists and turns along the way. They know how to make you laugh. They can make you cry. And these games, in that perspective, are masterpieces. Now, it also helps that these games are fun to play. For the most part, these are beat-em-up brawler style of games outside of Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is actually a turn-based JRPG, both of which are fun, and their atmospheric being located in Japan, and there's plenty of things to do in a world with lots of mini games to go through. You don't often see a lot of these fast-paced first-person shooters anymore, and it almost feels like a retro style of gameplay, but with Doom Eternal, it brings these games back in a big way. Doom Eternal, from a mechanical standpoint, is easily one of the best first-person shooters, not just of recent years, but really of all time. This game handles amazingly well. The guns feel good, your movement is fast and precise, the platforming is also surprisingly really well done in Doom Eternal also, and you also have to play smart in this game. There's a real strategy when it comes to Doom Eternal. You're not just going to be able to go in there and mindlessly shoot everything, but you're going to have to think on your feet and fast to clear a room of all of your enemies. For the most part, I've not really been a big fan of roguelike games, but it seems like this genre has kind of grown on me here recently, especially when you have a game like Hades. To put things short, there's a reason that this game has won so many Game of the Year awards. The main goal of the game is to fight your way out of the underworld, escape your father Hades, and make your way to the surface. The catch is, though, if you die, you have to start all the way back from the beginning, but this never really ever feels all that punishing. There's a few different reasons for this, one being the writing and the characters themselves. Each time you die, you get to talk with the characters in the universe one more time, and it has this overarching story that's really interesting to follow. But then there's also the actual gameplay component. With each playthrough, it does feel different, and the reason for this is because with each room that you clear, you have one of two paths that you can take. Each path will have a different power-up, which means that you will build the character that you want during that given playthrough. Because of this makes each playthrough feel different, and you have to strategize on the fly. The Resident Evil franchise are some of the most beloved horror games ever made. Typically, though, these games have been third-person shooters. However, with Resident Evil 7, this game is just a little bit different. This is a first-person shooter, but this being a horror game, a lot of people even say that this makes for a more immersive experience. And because the level design, the creepy atmosphere, and the well-designed enemies, it will strike terror in your heart. Now, in this game, you will be exploring a haunted mansion in a Metroidvania style of world, and you're going to be evading one of the most terrifying families as you try to find and save your girlfriend. Resident Evil 7 is an unforgettable experience with good gameplay, a great atmosphere, and an overall interesting story. I think It Takes Two might be the most creative game that I have ever played. This is a mandatory asymmetrical cooperative game, and while I can just say that this is a 3D platformer, I really don't think that that justifies what this game truly is. It's so much more than that, as you and your partner will have various different things that you can do throughout this game, all of which, though, you will have to work together. In one level, this might require you flying an airplane together, whereas another one, you might have two completely separate abilities that you have to use together to solve various puzzles. It always has a new and creative gameplay element to it that keeps you surprised, and also it does have a good story as well that's both deep and humorous at the same time. There's kind of a strangeness to Nier Automata, but this game truly is a masterpiece. And I'm not just throwing that word out there. I genuinely and truly do believe the Nier Automata is a masterpiece. Everything about this game, from top to bottom, is done masterfully. The fast-paced hack-and-slash gameplay feels perfect, and it also changes up its gameplay every once in a while with some shoot-'em-up sections as well. It's a lot of fun, and it really absorbs you into its world with the strangeness, the characters, and the beautiful music in this game. Truthfully, probably some of my favorite music in any video game ever made. The story is also highly engaging, though I will say, in order to see the true ending, you're going to have to reach the end credits multiple times. Yeah, the end credits are kind of a lie in this game, and you will play as different characters with each playthrough, and because the gameplay is so fun and the story is so superbly told, it is well worth it. I think by this point, we can kind of say that we are in the golden age of Metroidvania-style games. And, well, Xbox Game Pass has two of the best the genre has to offer, being Hollow Knight and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Now, even though these games are in the same genre, though, they are quite a bit different. Hollow Knight really focuses more on its melee style of combat. I would actually say that Hollow Knight is kind of the Dark Souls of Metroidvania games. It's set in a gloomy and dark world, and it's got that risk-reward factor to it. It is quite challenging with its melee-driven combat, but always incredibly rewarding. As for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, this game more focuses on its platforming. But Ori and the Will of the Wisps can stand toe-to-toe with games that solely focuses on 2D platforming alone. That's how good the platforming in this game is, especially with the boss sequences. It is very challenging, but the thing that separates this game is that it also has a really good combat system. This, of course, is a Metroidvania style of game in a gorgeous, stunning world with an emotionally engaging story. And at the #1 spot, I have Psychonauts 2. Now, this is a game that I proudly crowdfunded over on Fig years ago, and I'm so glad that I did, because They knocked this game out of the park. The first and original Psychonauts game I already thought was one of the best 3D collectathon platformers ever made, but they took Psychonauts 2 and they just absolutely ran with that original formula. It's got a creative level design where you enter the minds of different characters in a universe. It's got quirky and charming characters, plenty of collectibles to find throughout its universe, and then you just wrap all this together with its well-told storytelling. Typically, you don't see good storytelling when it comes to a 3D collectathon platformer, but Psychonauts 2 is a rare breed. It does this so masterfully as it touches up on mental illnesses. I also think it has a timeless and charming art style, so do not sleep on this game. To say this game is good is an understatement, and you absolutely need to check it out. Anyways, though, that's it for this list, but if I missed any of your favorite games, make sure to let me know in the comments below. With that said, if you liked the video, don't forget the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.
Go ahead and break off, old-timer. I've got all day, baby. Break off? You know you want to.
All right, guys. So welcome to the very beginning. It feels so surreal to even say this, but welcome to the official series of the highly anticipated
It's time to give you free stuff thanks to our friends at Honey. That's right, you could win a $5,000 computer just by adding Honey.
All right, guys. So welcome back and welcome to a game called The Gallagher Case. This is an indie horror game that takes place in the year 1982-ish or something like that. I can't remember the exact year, but essentially, your neighbor, Mrs. Gallagher, calls you over to assist her with turning on the television. She suffers from Alzheimer's and she's not very tech savvy. And well, what happens in every single horror game, you get invited over to a house and you either barely get out alive or you just don't get out at all and you just die. Based on the clips that I've seen, this is one of those really, really moody games and you're being chased all over the house. It's a recipe, again, for disaster and hopefully for your entertainment. So thank you for joining me. I know it's been a little slow here on the channel. I've been taking a break, man. I've been exhausted, but we're back, okay? It's gonna be a big week. We've got Halo Infinite releasing soon. We've got a lot of, hopefully Uncharted. I hear good rumors about Uncharted on the PC eventually. There's a lot of cool things coming up. Thank you for joining me. Sit back, relax, and let's do this. Hi, Mom. I know you're working late, and I wanted to leave a note so you don't have to worry if you don't see me at home. Mrs. Gallagher called me and asked me to please help her tune the antenna. She's not very good with technology. You know she's very ill, and Mr. Gallagher has recently disappeared. I'll see you at dinner time. Shit. Okay, so we've got an inventory in this game and everything. Like, this is pretty cool. And they're called pockets. I've got apparently 9 pockets. An old cassette radio seems to still work. Okay, Mrs. Gallagher. I'm here to help. There's no need to get crazy now, okay? Remember, you called me over here. I'm just being a good neighbor. Now, my mom wants me home ASAP, so I highly recommend you come down, fuse malfunction or something. Okay, so that leads me to the last resort. It has something on the knob. I think it's glue. It's closed. So that leads me to the last resort, and that's gonna be we're probably gonna have to go upstairs. Okay. Okay, let me just make sure. God, this game looks insane. Okay, Mrs. Gallagher. Fuck. Oh God, bro, I hate this. I know that she's gonna pop up any minute. Okay, so. Okay, those are her meds. Okay. Why are they locked up like that, man? What the fuck is that? Mrs. Gallagher. Hey, do I have a flashlight? What the I will not enter without light. Okay, so what is this? Okay, we've got some keys. So jumble of keys. 4 keys are stuck together. I think it's candle wax. I've removed the X's, but I cannot get them apart. It all started with this unhealthy obsession he had with the television. I decided to try to give him the watch less TV, and he started behaving differently and erratically. The last few days, there was a problem with the signal, and the screen just showed a blank, static image. He just stood there, staring at it for hours. It did nothing else. Okay. I watched it sometimes, even stopped breathing. I remember the fuse from the electrical box downstairs and left it in the small safe next to the typewriter. I doubt if she can open it. The password is known only to her and me. She cannot possibly remember our wedding year. The sound of the keys makes her hysterical. Okay, so there's an electric box downstairs, okay, next to the typewriter. And the password seems to be their honeymoon year. The screams are heard from the bathroom, and I find it hard to think what I should do. Call the police, maybe a priest. I had to tie her to the bed in spite of her disability. She got up and started to walk as if nothing had happened. The first time I watched with my own eyes, and she began to climb up the wall to the ceiling. Every articulation, every expression, her voice is completely unnatural. That's not my wife anymore. She just screams in a guttural voice that reverberates throughout the house. It's a deep masculine voice. She speaks a language I do not know, not Hebrew or Latin.
Find your next customer with Facebook ads. Facebook.
Bro, this is fucking creepy. This is Mrs. Gallagher's personal safe. It has key slots. Mrs. Gallagher? Oh, shit. What the fuck is this? It looks like corrosive liquid. It smells very strong. Use. What? Where am I supposed? Okay, so should I interact with? It is closed. Okay, good. Good. All right, Mrs. Gallagher, I'm gonna go downstairs. Oh, fuck, bro, this is crazy. Nah, bro, somebody boarded up the front door. Oh, dude, I hate these types of games. I'd rather play a horror game where I just keep going and scary things happen versus being stuck in a house. The crazy ass bitch. Okay, next to the typewriter. Where is the typewriter? All right, so maybe I can use a corrosive here. Okay, we're gonna pick the fuse. Oh, I don't even want to look that way. Don't look at her. Miss Gallagher? All right, okay. Okay, dude, this is creepy. Okay. So that's closed. Okay, so we've got the fuse to the bathroom. I would assume we'd have to go to the bathroom. I don't know where the bathroom is. It's probably upstairs. Okay, so okay, hold on. Downstairs, the typewriter, right? Let's look for the typewriter. Hold on. There should be a typewriter here. Because I really cannot see much, so. Okay, no typewriter here. Oh, cassette, nice. Okay, so Gallagher family cassette. On the back it says the first word of our son Francis. So where can I play this? I know there was a cassette player here. I think this box. Okay, this is good. Oh God. Oh God. What? Okay, so their honeymoon date was 1952. So that's going to be the code to the safe that I don't know where it's at. Okay, Mrs. Gallagher. Oh, the bathroom fuse, of course. So now we have light. Mrs. Gallagher, I think. Oh, God! Mrs. Gallagher, you need to take your meds. You're not mentally sane right now. I'm gonna fucking die here. Oh, piece of soap. No, don't drop the soap around, Mrs. Gallagher. No. Okay. What's back here? Oh God, that is her foot. There's something inside, but I cannot reach with my... What is this? Old matchbox from the Visceral Hotel. There's only one. Whatever I do, I cannot waste it. Okay, Mrs. Gallagher, that's her foot. Okay, if you guys remember, she chopped off her foot with a spoon. Okay, I want to say there's nothing worse than your phone going off when you're playing a horror game and it's right in your face. It is the most disturbing single thing that can happen. This game looks so real, dude. Like the graphics, everything, it just looks so freaking real. It feels real. And of course, if you're not wearing headsets like me, then you're just not doing it right, okay? I'm sorry. I wonder if maybe I can burn this. Hello? It's closed. Okay, so I still have... Every... of all the screaming, this is fucking nuts.
Click this and play Riders Republic. Right now. Click this multiplayer avalanche. Click that lunar.
Hey, why would you lock... I'll run for it. All right, here we go. Wait, what do you mean? Of course it makes sense. We gotta run for it. Please tell me we did it. Please tell me we escaped. I broke my ankle and I still did not know how I made it home. It's been a year since it happened and my mind keeps replaying the image of Mrs. Gallagher in front of the television. The police opened an investigation 2 days later. They arrested a man who was broadcasting a TV program on Guys, welcome back to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition.
Yeah, that's what looks like an absurd there. The U.S. Air Force is less likely to shoot you down.
Cool. What's the problem then?
I said less likely. There isn't any amphetamines in these guys, dude. You'd be lucky not to shoot anything that moves.
Oh, shit.
Hey, just stay low and you'll be fine.
All right, keep an eye on the visibility bar. All right, let's stay calm here. There's no need to get crazy. Just gotta stay low. We've practiced this already. All right, we've already done this. As long as we stay low, we're gonna be A-okay. Above the radar. Oh God, yikes. I completely forgot I had to do this mission too as part of the flying, and this is required to beat the game. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Nap of the earth, bro. Nap of the earth.
Fly to the Corona. Trigger the drop. Wow, how the frick did I do that? Oof. Oh, but wait, there's more. Now there's the other part. Well, we gotta return. Oh, freaking crap. Oh! Above radar limit. Bro, this mission is a pain in the ass. You got all these stinking trees, which basically mean you can't go too high. Oh my god. This is the sloppiest flying ever. I don't even know how I'm still alive. Oh my god. That would have been bad. Okay, I gotta be careful here. You try and make this thing go steady, but it's like it's constant rocking motion back and forth. All right, let's see how we can do this. I don't even want to think about failing this. I don't even want to think about where the game's gonna put me if I fail this. Above radar, are you freaking kidding me? My god, did I really make it? Bro, that was so bad. That was so sloppy, dude. That was so sloppy. But I made it. Wow. Wow, dude. I did not think I honestly thought I was done for. I was like, yeah, we're gonna blow this shit up here eventually. Wow. That was intense. That was really intense. That was freaking intense. Okay, so we've got another mission here. I think we've got to do one more.
What's Torino up to now?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little exposed here.
What's your take on this? Damn! I thought them was your people. Listen, Carl, we've got a problem. Some traitors from another department think they can help the overseas situation by financing militaristic dictators in exchange for arms contracts. Hey, ain't that exactly what you do? Well, kind of, but we get to pick our dictators, degenerates that we can control. We try to stay the hell away from these guys with principles, because that just muddies the waters.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so, of course, these idiots have stolen a consignment of landmines, and they plan to offload them in the Middle East and cause a little ruckus, and everybody goes crazy and have a lot of problems. I mean, Carl, You like maiming people? Curious.
Maiming? Some people. Shit.
Anyway, the point is, you and me, Carl, hey, we're the same. Now, yeah, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. But if you screw this up, it causes a tinderbox situation all over Latin America and the Middle East. Now, look, I spoke to the big man. You got clearance to...
Oh, God. All right, so Torino needs you to plant the bomb in the plane, seal it out. Okay, use the bike to get to the plane's ramp and plant the bomb inside. Drive the bike up to the plane's ramp before it takes off. Go get up the plane's ramp now. Please don't kill me. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. El Castillo del Diablo. Oh, God. You're trapped on the plane. You're trapped on... No shit. The plane is packed with explosives. Be careful when firing weapons. Now, fuck that.
This endangers... I try to be a good person.
Yes, you do, Carl.
Okay, try not to hurt me.
All right, perfect. All right, that dude over there's got the parachute.
Day will come. Pardon me.
Pardon me, boys. Oh, I just chopped off his head. Bro, these guys are crazy. They're suicidal. I mean, they're really coming at me with a katana. You crazy?
You evolved. Sorry.
All right, that guy took a lot of slices. A little bit too many more hits than I was
You don't know what
anticipating.
you're messing with.
Oh, let me get that parachute, sir. You don't know that you're dead. All right, cool. So you have the parachute. Place the satchel. Wait, what? Is that what I was supposed to do? Press RT when falling to open up the parachute. I don't even know if I was supposed to put the explosive there. Yeah. Yo, let's go. Sick. Free falling. And I'm free falling. That was bad. That was bad. Okay? That was really bad. Got no comments.
Hail, fellow. Well met. Namaste.
The fuck is this man doing yoga on top of a
Peace.
plane?
Carl, my brother.
Hey, Truth, where you at?
Just checking that you were no longer on government business. Where is he?
How the fuck would I know, man? He like the devil. Hey, man, you okay?
Everything is transient. Whoa, man. I'm passing through life same as every man.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what you're doing for Torino?
Nah, I seem to be on the need-to-know basis.
Oh, no, man. Two lies don't cancel each other out. You know that. We pay them to lie to us. Is that what our founding fathers wanted? No more, friend. No more. We're not alone.
Get off me, man. What's going on?
Everything is going on. Don't you get it? There's a place not even on the map. A train is about to leave. It can explain better than I ever can. Boy, this is going to blow your fucking mind. We got work to do. You better drive. I'll explain. The elegance does not even touch it.
Hey, Truth, do we have a plan here?
Go, go, go!
Hey, hold up, dude.
Truth wants you to gain entry to Area 69, a research lab, and bring back to him the Black Project that is being okay. The easiest way into Area 69 bunker complex is to blast through the doors. To open these, go through the control tower. There are searchlights sweeping the area. If you stay in searchlight for too long, more than two, okay, cool. The blast doors will go on lockdown. And alternatively, route. Okay. There are also several military personnel patrolling the area. Use the thermal goggles that the Truth gave you. Okay, you can use stealth to avoid patrols or climb at the top of the control tower to use your sniper rifle to take them out. Oh, God. Okay, so here we go. Oh, God. Shit. Bro. Come on, man. Perfect. Pop the lights off. What I'm talking about.
This is a code red. All personnel adopt intruder protocols. All towers are cleared to use lethal force. Repeat.
Oh, shit.
Lockdown protocols initiated. Blast doors and security tower isolated.